I expected it to be so much bigger.
Yeah, the scale is deceptive.
Yeah.
The
Well,
first
when
time
she
I ever
said
saw
five.
it, I sort of thought this was
Yeah.
the whole whale,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I
yeah,
realized
yeah.
that fin
Yeah,
is
yeah.
only partial. Okay.
Ooh, ooh.
Whale yoga. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
I spent 30 years out here talking to them very loudly,
Can you
telling
see
them
this?
how much
Come
I
here, come
love them
on.
and how cute they
Look
are.
at his fin right there.
Why wouldn't they know my boys? Hey, buddy. Hi. How you doing, darling? Hi.
Hi, hi, hi. It's Mrs. Stitches or Sheila. And this is my second and Flossiversary. Yay! This is episode 42 and we have a Wip Parade. Yay! And so this is my funny birthday hat that I'll wear for part of it. We'll see how long I wear it. The date today is September 8th, 2023, Friday. And tomorrow's my actual Flossiversary, but I thought I'd film this today and then I'll upload it either tonight or tomorrow. It's close enough. So, a Wip Parade. Just some interesting stats. So I did a Wip Parade last year also on my Flossiversary. And I had 32 whips. So this year, I've been working at whipping down a little bit. And for a while there, I actually got down to a good number. But in the end, I think I am at 31. So, and with October, I plan to do a whole bunch of starts. And next year, I'm doing a bunch of starts. But they're going to be finishes too. So, we'll see what we are at next Flossiversary. But this is my second year Flossiversary. So, yay. So, I'm going to use my Chromebook here to show you pictures from last year's Wip Parade. And I'll be showing you some that are finishes. And I may or may not, I probably won't show you the finish, but I'll just show them anyways, I guess. And just mention their finishes. But I did screenshots of all of last year's Wip Parade. Some of these, of course, are new starts, so they won't have pictures of where they were last year. But we'll just see how it goes. So, like I said, I've got 31 whips to go through. That's not that bad compared to some other people. But I'm going to pause when I, well, maybe not. We'll just see how this goes. So I've got some notes, hopefully. Try to be a little bit organized. I'm not always the most organized. But these are in no particular order. I try to remember, I don't make notes when I start things. So, but I try my best. So let me just find the first one on the Chromebook here. Let's see. I probably should have just opened them all up. Let's see. I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, that took a bit longer than I expected, but here is the first one I'm going to talk about. And this is where I was last year. So this is Tempest Fugit. It's by Heaven and Earth Designs, and I think I bought it in the fall of 2018. It's artwork by James C. Christensen. It is right now at 49.98% or 50%. And my next year's goal for it will be to get it to 60%. It is done on just an 18 count white Aida with the called for colors. It's regular size, regular colors, except being a newbie, I miscalculated and I added 2-inch margin. I did not add a 4-inch margin, but then I started with 2-inch margin. So when I got over to here, I was running out of room. And so it would have gone right to the edge. So I've actually cut the pattern 2 inches worth at the top, and it's, or on the far right, left, right, and 2 inches on the bottom. But this is where I am now. So as you can see, what I've done this year is just this section all in here. And I think I finished off a bit over there, but there we go. And this is Tempest Fugit for 2023. There we go. It'd be nice to get this done because I've had that one around for a long time, but I enjoy doing it, so it's all good. Okay, I'll try and find the next one. Okay, I think I got it better now. So this is the next one. This is called A Year in Black Work. And I think I might include these pictures. I actually haven't done anything, so it's exactly the same as it was last year. Oh, I missed one. Okay, sorry. I don't have these in the right order. Okay, sorry. So actually this is the next one. This is Quakers in Japan. This is by Tempting Tangles. Again, I haven't done anything since the last Wip Parade, so it's actually in the exact same spot. So Quakers in Japan, it's 16 parts, and I've barely finished the first part. But there you go. That, I think, is the right way up. I think last year I held this up the wrong way. That is a pear there, and I believe this is a dragon that's coming out. I'm not quite sure, but Quakers in Japan. So I have a goal for this one for next year. It's done, I started it in 2020, I think, the summer. It's on 18 count oatmeal. There's 16 parts. I barely got the first part done. Oh, I didn't write down my goal. I think I'm going to make a goal of doing at least 6 parts. I think that's a good goal, maybe. We'll see. So the next one is the Year in Black Work, and this was a stitch along by Peppermint Purple, I think. And I am no farther than I was last year. Exact same spot. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to find these threads to continue this, but I may dig in a cupboard and see if I can. But there we go. That's where it is. I actually really love doing black work, so I actually really enjoy this stitch. I got all the parts downloaded, which is really great. So this was, I believe, the 2021 stitch along. I'm about 40% done, I think. So, you know, I'm gonna, it's on 18 count white Ada. I'm gonna make a goal of finishing this. I think it is quite doable to do that next year. I just gotta sit down and do it. Next one, number 4, is a stitch along from 2021, the fall 2021. It's a Nightmare Before Christmas sale. Let me see if I can find the picture of where it was last year. Let's see. They're not in order. I probably should have paused. There it is. Okay, so this is where it was last year. So I had the house done. That was the stitch along, and then I'd done the shape of the boat and the 2 cats. So I did do a little bit more on this one. I was at a little bit, I mean, for all intents and purposes, it is done, but I'm just adding more. I'm making it bigger. So, the cats were the same. And so what I'm doing is I'm adding this coloration, and it's based off of Pirates Poltergeist, the way they did their boat. And so you can see the way that's turning out. Oh, I love it. It's turning out so well, but it's a bit intense. So all I'm doing is picking colors and just doing sections. So I got the rest of the boat to do. So this will be completed next year. That is a solid goal because that one's been hanging around too much. So that is definitely going to be on one of mine to complete. Okay, next. I'll show you where I was because I maybe done a little bit on this one. Let's see if we can find this one. I'll just pause you for a second. Every time I pause, I actually find it pretty fast. But this is, I think it's called Witch's Garden Tarot Sal. And I believe it was a stitch along, I think in 2022. And that was where I was. So I actually only had 2 cards. I haven't finished the whole border, but I got 2 cards completed. So I did do a bit more. One more card. So this is where I am now. So as you can see, I just did one more card. So my goal for this one, for next year, is to finish the outline and the border frame. So yeah, to finish the outline border frame, which is not done yet. So that is a big goal, and that's quite doable. And I might just add on, if I can do 2 more cards, that would be great. So it is done on 18 count. And there you go. Oh, and I got a needle. I got lots of needles. That's the thing when you got whips, you get lots of needles in all sorts of different places. So if you finish them, then you got more needles, which is kind of important. I always seem to not have enough needles. That's on a 20 count daffodil. Yeah, finish the outline border frame by next year. Okay, my next one. Let's see if I can find it. Getting a bit better. I found that actually quite easy. So this one I don't think I've done anything. So this was another Sal. It was by Paint with Stitches. She used to have an Etsy shop. Now I believe it's just an online shop. But it was a mystery Sal. I don't think I've done anything since. It's long gone finished. This was from, I believe, 2022. And oops, I think I just lost a needle. Oh, that's no good. You don't want to be losing needles. Wow, I don't even know where that needle came from. That's because it's not this one. I thought I just saw this one. Yeah, I just saw this one right here. Okay, we'll stick that into the fabric a bit better. Okay, so once again, don't think I've done anything since the last year's Wip Parade. So got to get on that one. So that one, I don't think it's a ton of stitches. I didn't put how many in here, but my goal will be to complete it next year. So that's another to complete. And then another one by Paint with Stitches is one that I was supposed to be test stitching. And I've been very slow at test stitching, which is fine. She says, oh, take your time. But yeah, I've been bad. So this one is called Salty Day on the Rocks, and it is a total of 61,000 stitches. I'm at about 5,000 stitches for 8%. My goal is to get it to 16% next year. So that is Salty Day on the Rocks by Paint with Stitches. So it's just a big, huge rock scene. I think it's the colors that aren't enticing me to work on it. So there we go. So it still has a needle. Okay, next. Oh, I should show you where I was with that last year. Let's see. Pretty much the same place. It's not different. It's not much different. I think I may have worked at put 100 or a couple hundred stitches in it. Okay, let me find next one. Let's see. It's right there. I'm learning. I'm getting a little bit better. So next one is Long Dog Samplers Pandemic. I started this when it was given out free. So probably, I think that was spring of 2020. And I got some done on this one. This one I've made some progress. So this one is, so what progress have I made? Let's get it right way up. So I've gotten to the corner and I've gone down and I've done lots over here. This is the same as my last Wip Parade showing how much I got done, but it is significantly different, or, you know, from last year. So I'm pretty pleased with this. This one, I originally got some anchor threads. They were, store was getting rid of them. And so they're selling like 30 cents a skein. And so I gotten this blue, a green, and a brown. And so originally I was just going to do it all in those colors. The blue for the border, the brown for any animals, and the green for everything else. Well, I started running out of green. So I've now gone to DMC. I've switched colors every once in a while, and it's all higgledy-piggledy. And then I decided to do flowers and colors and all sorts of things. So I really do love this. It's surprising how big of a stitch it is. So it is on 18 count. It is a total of 77,000 stitches, and I have done close to 30,000 stitches for 38.4%. My goal is to get it to 60%. That's going to be a bit of a reach, but that will be my goal. So once again, that is my pandemic long dog samplers. I imagine this is going to be so hard to show eventually when it gets down to the bottom. But, and I think it still has its needle, maybe. Yeah, its needle's still there. That's good. I don't want to be losing needles. That'd be bad. Okay. So that was, I haven't really been telling you my counts, but that was number 8. How am I doing for time? About 2 minutes for each one almost. So that's not too bad. So my next one is number 9, is a stitching shelf by Amy Stewart. This is a mini, and it's a total of 75,000 stitches. I've done 3,600, so a little over 30 for 4.82%. So my goal will be to get this to 16 or 11%. I have 2 goals just in case the 16 is a bit of a reach. So let's just say 11%. So let's show you where I was last year. This should not be very different from last year. See if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be very much different. So there is last year's. This glare is killing me. I don't know if this is really working. I might just have to insert pictures. And this is where I am now. So I really don't think it's much different. Yeah, I might have filled in just a little bit around here. That is that. So I think what turned me off is it is quite confetti heavy. Amy Stewart's are, and the fact that it's a mini, you're not getting quite as much detail, but when I show it like this, I can see the detail. So I think I just lost steam in that. And there's lots of bookshelves out there being done, but that's the stitching shelf, number 9. Number 10, I wish I was a bit further on this one. Let's see if I can find it. It's right there. So number 10 is, let me do it this way, is Christmas Jewel by Just Nan. And so I got the picture of what it'll look like when it's done. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. And this is where I was last year. I don't know about this glare. And that is really just one of the squares. Oh, don't be hanging up on that. And so having looked at that just now, I realized this is what I had last year and this is new right here, but not a lot. So that is my Christmas Jewel. It's not going to be a big one, but it's still lovely stitch. I think my threads that I decided to use for this are making it a little bit difficult. Number 11. Let me get this one. I think I made maybe a little progress. Oh, come here. Where are you? Okay, I'm going to pause you for a second because I can't find it. Okay, number 11 is a Heaven and Earth Designs freebie, and it was called Disintegration. And my idea on it was I was with a Facebook group at the time, and they made a challenge to start and finish in 1 year a cross stitch that was over 150,000 stitches. And so I picked this freebie and kind of kitted it up. And I decided to go with tent stitch, and then I found I actually really don't like tent stitch. So this is where I was last year. I don't think there's much difference, but this is where I was last year. And like I said, there's not going to be a ton of difference. I see that I did a bit more down here, so that's where I've done a bit more, but that is where I am at. On the camera, it doesn't look that bad. It's just the style of tent stitch. I like full crosses, so, but I'm going to give it a go and try. I'm going to continue to try it as much as I can. So it is, I started summer 2023. It's 158,000 stitches. I've done 13,669 half crosses for 8.63%, and I'd like to get it to 16%. So that's quite a doable goal. Okay. Next is 12 is Language of the Flowers. So this is by Rosewood Manor. Language of the Flowers. Ooh. Well, that's going to be loud, isn't it? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here we go. Language of the Flowers. I picked this up. I bought it, but I kitted it up at Stitch North in 2022. So I started it about May of 2022. Let's find the one before. I think it's over here. Well, I'm going to pause it because I can't find it. Okay, so I was going great guns on this, and then I kind of got stalled. I got sidetracked on other things, but that is where I was last year, September. And this year, I don't think it's very different. I don't think I've done much on this. I think it's, yeah. JL. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything more. Maybe. No, I don't think I've done anything more since. So there you go. It is a beautiful stitch. It really, really is lovely. I just haven't picked it up. So it is at approximately, oh, I didn't figure out how much. My goal of this is to complete. I think I am, yeah, I'm just about halfway on it. I'd say about halfway, maybe a touch more. So there we go. That's Language of the Flowers by Rosewood Manor. And I really, really do love it. It's definitely a different stitch. But yeah, it is gorgeous. I just got to get back at that one. It's going to be tricky trying to complete some of these things when I got so many others, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully it's just a, I was thinking trying to make a complete once a month or once every month, other month. So we'll see about that. Okay. Next is number 13. Number 13, I started at the same time because again, I don't know why, but I did. So let me just find it. Should be right near. Yeah, it's right there. Okay. There we go. This one I got a little bit done because I think I worked on this recently. Oh, everyone's falling down. Don't fall down, people. Stay there. Stay there. Okay, the next one is Teresa Wentzler's Brilliant Plumage. And that's what it'll look like when it's done. So again, I started it in May 2023. And this is where I was last year this time. It got put away for quite some time, and I just took it out recently and put a good solid number of stitches in. I do have an error that I'm going to have to correct, but there you go. That's where I am. So I think I did a lot more here. I kind of completed there and started going down there. So that is Teresa Wentzler's Brilliant Plumage, and it is gorgeous. It's really, really nice, the colors. I took this to my fiber group, and the librarian is new to cross stitching, and she looked at it and she fell in love with it. And I was trying to tell her, yeah, but Teresa Wentzler's are hard. They're hard. It's all the blends and just the way they're charted. It comes out really beautiful. Like the definition is gorgeous, and it really looks gorgeous in person, but they're hard. And so I think I'm going to give her that pattern because Teresa Wentzler's are hard to come by, and so I might actually even kit it up for her and give her that pattern in the end. So we'll see about that. Okay, and the next one is these three I used to work on. Oh, things are just falling down. See if I can do this without, no, don't fall down. Stay. These I worked on. I used to work on all these weekly, and then I got a little bit away from it. So the next one, and actually this one I think I worked on during the winter time, is my chatelaine, and it's Herbalarious. It's a challenge, but I do love it. I do love it. So this one actually got quite a bit done. So that's where I was last year. That's all. They call that the pond, I think, the center motif. And you'll notice quite a bit of difference here. Look at that. So I still haven't finished off the pond, this corner down here. I just had to go do something else. So I started up here and started doing a column. So there's columns. So there we go. So I'll just bring this a little closer to see the column I'm working on. There we go. Oh, yes, I have to get back to this. I don't have any goals for this. I have no goals for when to be completed. But let's just make a little goal right now that next year I finish off this part down here that's missing and finish off this column. Maybe get started on the next one. That is my goal. Don't know if I'll find time for that, but that is my goal. Oh, love that one. Okay, I'm going to pause for a second and move things over so that pile doesn't fall. I just realized the way I'm doing this, I'm actually showing you all my whips. I won't be showing the finishes. So, yeah, we'll see. I might not show you my finishes because they're not whips. So next one is Autumn Lane Stitchery. This is number 15. This is where I was last year. This is the Dark Queen of the Sea. And this is my November finish to get done this year. So that's where I was. I got a bit more done on her, but I actually have to get a bit serious on this because looking at my pattern keeper, there's a lot still to do. I thought I was a good chunk done, but there's still tons to do. So that is where I am at. So it's coming along. I think it's just the bottom part I got left to do. Her tail, but I think her tail's a bit of a beast. So that is my November finish. So it will be done this year. So not even next year. This will be done this year. So, but I got to get to that. And I'll probably use some of the leftover beads and such from the Dark Queen of the Earth to bead this up. Or I got some other beads. So we'll figure that out when we get to it. Okay, number 16. Oh, things still want to fall. Okay, just 1 minute. Well, that was funny. I went to look for this, but I started this October 31st, so it wasn't in last year's Wip Parade. This is Witch's Wheel by Glendon Place, and this is my October finish coming up. And I'm going to do a bit more at the end of this month to try and get all the black work done. But that is my Witch's Wheel. So this is not anything more since my last video, but hopefully later on this month I'll get a lot more done. But it's definitely going to be done next year. So there's my Witch's Wheel by Glendon Place. The beading's all I want to have left in October. And I actually want to finish it in probably 2 days because I'm going to be doing a bunch of starts in October. I want to do 13 whips at the start of October. Okay, next one is in my thing. So let's see if I can find it quickly. Yes. Oh, no. I did not find it quickly. Grr. Okay, I'm going to pause. Well, the next one I don't seem to have a picture of from last year. I don't know why. I must have either not taken it from a screenshot or I didn't get it. Anyways, I'll insert a picture here if I can. Number 17. I started this July in 2021 as Carol Manning Designs birthday cake. And it's 35,721 stitches. I'm at 23,664 for 66%. This is going to be my December finish. And there you go. That's a birthday cake by Carol Manning Designs. And it is to be completed this year. Make sure I don't lose my needle. It's really sketchy to have all these needle minders and magnets all piled together. The wind's picking up too, so my stack of stuff is trying to fall over. This one is not, it was a start this year, so we're on number 18. This was started in January 2023. It's by Tiny Modernist, and it's called Moon Phase Bell Pole. This was my January start, and so I am about 50% done. I showed this recently on my floss tube. Haven't done anything more since then, but there you go. So that's my Moon Phase Bell Pole. It's a lovely stitch. It's just challenging to do the moons with the colors. And all of these, there's going to be stars all over the place. I'm going to just put them in randomly. I'm not going to follow the thing. But yeah, I don't know when I'll get this one done. I have no plans for this. I think I'll just continue every full moon stitching on it, and however long that takes me, it takes me. Okay, next one is number 19. This was my New Year start this year, so January 1st, 2023. It is Long Dog Samplers Pointed Fifth. And I again showed this very recently. So I decided to work on all my projects I started this year just last month. So I put in 6 hours in each one. And so, 2 days in each one. And so I did make some progress then on them all. So this is, I did a center start. This is on 40 count. Lee and Roxy Back in the Saddle, and this is a hand-dyed by Rolanda wintergreen variegated cotton floss, and so that's where I am on it. I am at, it is 67,445 stitches. I have done 3,638 stitches for 5.39%. My goal is to get it to 10% next year. Not sure when I'm saying next year, if I mean next Wip Parade or the end of next year. Probably next Wip Parade, which is a really big ask now when I said that. Okay. Number 20 is Modern Folk Embroideries 2023 sale, Reaching Skyward. This pattern, for those that don't know, has options. You can do this. This is one of the options, and this is the other option. So you can kind of mix and match as you go. And so I'm kind of, it gives you, there's a little bit of a map where you can decide. So I've kind of plotted it all out, what I want to do. So I've kind of just been working through it. I started it at Stitch North this year. So that was around late April 2023. And so I am hoping to get, I think I'm right around about, I'm working on March's entry. So I would like to get it to maybe August's, finish up August's. You can stitch this as you want, but he does have them as months. So they're just sections across as a month. So I'd like to complete August by this time next year. Oh, that's a big ask. That's a big ask. Okay. Next is, I started this, I think, at the first snowfall that we had, which I believe was in December. This is the Panna Kit Christmas Moose. I call him Jimmy because Jimmy is the person who does all our plowing here. And when it snows, you can hear Jimmy. We got a health center right next to us, and he's out plowing first thing in the morning, and Jimmy works hard. He's retired, and he works hard. I actually go to a fiber group with his wife, and she comments on how hard he works, and he works hard. So I was doing this as my snowy day stitch last year, and that's how much I've done on him. I'm getting close to 50%. So I'm going to just continue with this on snowy days next year. No other goals for it. It's just as I go. Okay, so that was number 21. That was all kit stuff. Number 22 is a this year start. And this is, I'm going to show a picture of what this will look like when it's done here. Probably should have been doing this all along, but I didn't. So this is Mini Admiral Ladner by Heaven and Earth Designs. You're not going to see anything different from when I last showed you, except I actually finally serged the edges, which was really important because it was fraying. And as you can see, I don't have a large margin. I don't even know what I'm going to do with this, but it just was an experiment. This was my first time ever doing 1/1 on 28 count. So that is all I got going there. Doesn't look like much, but that is... Oh, and I'm trying Royal Roads on this, so that's where all those threads are coming from. I'm doing that. This is 91,650. That's a mini. 91,650. I've done 2,253 for 2.46%. I'd like to get it to 6% by this time next year. That should be doable. Should be. Okay, next is Brooks Books. So, kind of got on a bit of a bandwagon, and then I fell off the bandwagon. But I have done 2 of the Brooks Books. These are designed to go on a light blue, and I did them on a white Ada, which doesn't sound like a difficulty, but when there's snow, I had to substitute a different color. And so even like that. So it's just a little bit of adjustment to make it. So I have done 2. I'm going to work on this December, and I'm going to just see how many I can get done. Ultimately, maybe I'd like to get to 12, 13, something like that. So that is going to be my September work. And it looks like it does not have a needle. Yeah, it doesn't have a needle. I could put that needle with it. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna put that back on my needle collection. Okay. Next is a this year start. I think I started Brooks Books. I don't even know when. Sometime since the last video, or since the last year's Wip Parade. I think I did it in December of last year. So this was started Blue Flower by Huckleberry Farm. I was gifted to this by the Bougie Stitchers, and I started it, I think, this year. I want to say March or April. I got it written on a calendar. And again, you're not going to see anything since I last video, but I'll just show for those that have just showed up for Wip Parades only. There is my progress. And I'm trying to work my way all the way around, and then I'm saving the center for last. My goal is to finish this next year. So it is, I love it. This is going to be one where I'm actually going to be sad to finish, but I love it. I think it is gorgeous. Doing my own colors, own color conversions, and just having fun with it. That is one of my favorites. And it's still got its needle. That's good. You should be checking always to see if you still got your needle. Okay. Next is another start from this year. This is by the Sewing Shop. And so there's the Sewing Shop. And this is officially called Biopunk Girl Gang 2, but I'm calling her Callie Green. Callie Green. That's my name for her. And this was July of this year start. And I was going to try and work on this sort of a daily. I've kind of gotten away from that because right now I have other goals daily, but we'll see when I can get back to it. But I'd like to make it a 5-year plan, but there you go. That's what I have started on, what I've gotten done so far. This is her hair, and then this is the background. So it is a lovely stitch. It's a nice mix of changes and blocks of color. So I really, really do enjoy it. This was August of this year start. This is Cottage Garden Samplings, Year in the Woods, The Ferret. I hope to get this done by next year. This will be a completion. That's how far I am. And it is a lovely stitch. I haven't done any since last time I showed you. So but I love it. I love the ferret. I love the ferret. I also have the bear and the raccoon, but I can't find the raccoon right now. I bought the flosses for the raccoon and I can't find my pattern. And I got the bear, but I didn't buy the flosses, so the pattern. So I'm kind of had to start the ferret, which I'm happy with. But we'll see where we go on that. So that was number 26. We're getting there. I'm kind of sped up a bit, so now I'm at less than probably minute and a bit for each one. So sorry, I tend to go fast through these, but that's the way it goes sometimes. I think what I'm going to do is maybe at the end I'll just do a little bit of just a picture montage if I can of the other ones that I had in my Wip Parade last year that are actual finishes, because I think I'll have finished photos for all of them. I usually always take a finished photo. So I think I'll just do a last year and then a photo. And I might even do that for these whips too. We'll see. Maybe not, but don't want to bog it down too much. But I'll probably do that as, or maybe I'll put it at the front end before it even starts. We'll see. Okay, next is, this was a August start. Had more than one August start this year. This is a stitch along for Julie, Stitching at the Cabin. If you're not watching Stitching at the Cabin, you should be. I like Stitching at the Cabin. They are my favorites. There's a few, but they are my favorites. And her mom is going through some cancer treatments right now, so it's a stitch along for Julie's mom. I think the hashtag is something like lots of love and hugs or something like that, because that's how she always finished things. And so this is a Lenarte that I won at Stitch North in 2022. So the kit, and it's called A Heart of Flowers. And so I just work on this when I can. I haven't put any since you last floss tube, but there you go. That's what I've done so far. So I'm about maybe a fifth done or a quarter done. Little bit. Kind of want to finish it this year, but I don't know if I will. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. Like I said, I got lots of plans, so we'll see if I get back to that one. Okay, next one is Glendon Place Pirates Poltergeist. This is number 28. This one, I joined what do you call it? A Zoom group? Or no, it's a Facebook group. But anyways, where we kind of meet and stitch. And I've been really negligent going to the recent ones. I was busy with mom, and then other things came up. A dog sitting on the last one, and I didn't want to, like, it gets kind of complicated. And so haven't stitched on this in a while. So that's I'm kind of feeling a bit bad about that. Maybe I'll gotta try to find time for some of these. But this is Pirates Poltergeist. I did have this going last year, so let's see if we can find where it was last year. I started talking without unpausing. That was funny. So this is where I was last year. So I think I just started this when I did the Wip Parade. I hadn't done very much. So I actually got quite a bit done. I used to work on this every, I think twice a month or once a month. I'm not sure. But you will see a big difference on this. So that is what I've gotten done. Look at that. So, of course, I finished the whole moon over here. Like all I had done last year was just a tiny bit, either one of these masses and stuff. So you can see I got the ghosts over there. I got like a little, that's just a bunch of threads. It's a little nothing. The masts, and working on the bottom mast there. So a lot done. So that is really good. That's kind of nice to see that kind of progress. So, once again, I'll get back to it sometime. I really should just go with their once a month meetups and stitch, like it'd be a couple hours stitching. So, okay, next one. I'm going to just find it. Okay, so next one, this is probably my second oldest, I'm going to say. This is number 29. We're getting there. This is, was a kit. I bought this kit on Amazon. It is Van Gogh Starry Night. And to be honest, I really don't think I put anything into it. I think it's supposed to be my travel stitching, and so I just may have filled in a tiny bit down here. So it's a long-term project. Yeah, so I probably just filled in a bit down here, but that is an easy travel stitching. But right now I've been taking birthday cake on my travel stitching, but I'll probably start taking this again because it's just easy because it's stamped. I think that's why. Hopefully I still have its needle. I guess it's easier to look on the back side to see if you can find the needle. I do not see a needle at all. Well, that's disturbing. That's not good. I don't like that. Well, I'll have to deal with that later. I could just see me going somewhere and I go to stitch on it. The next two are new starts. So for all my floss tube friends that have already been watching me and they go, oh yeah, we've seen all that, or all the things they haven't seen, I haven't put any work on. Here's some new starts for you. So I decided with September, Sampler September, to do, this is one of the kits I had in my possession. It is a Just Nan and it's called Diamond Bouquet. And it's been fun. So it was a full-on kit that I bought. And what's really neat about it is it has some fancy floss. So there's a Krennic Soie d'Alger and pearl cotton I've never stitched with before. And Karen water lilies too. So, and a Swarovski crystal too, which is called for in my chatelaine, but I never kidded that one up. So I'm not going to take it out of the hoop. It's quite small. It's a total of 13 bands, and I believe I'm on number 11 right now. Yeah, I'm on number 11 and it's 13. So I'm just finishing off this one here, but you can see it shiny. Look at the shininess. So, and this had ribbons in it. So there was a ribbon in this. Let me just move this floss. There was a ribbon there, and we just did some stitches and beads to pin it down. And then you actually just kind of tucked it in under the back. So the ribbon is tucked in right there. And then these are the Swarovski crystals here. And then that was another ribbon tucked in. But it's nice. It's nice. I'll show this on my next one because it'll be finished. But I've had a lot of fun with this. I've really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, it's kind of different stitches. This is a herringbone I'm doing right now, and this was a herringbone up here. And lots of like, let's see what some of them are. Diamond cross, Smyrna cross, couching for the ribbon, Algerian eye, Rhodes diamond, Italian cross was a new one. Italian cross was this one right here. And essentially it was a cross with vertical lines separating it. So just kind of interesting. It was very easy to do. And so, yeah. So I've got to finish that up tonight. And then lastly is this, this month's finished. So let me just pause you one more time. I'll find the picture where I was last year, and I'm going to take it out of the Q-snap for you. Okay, so this is, oh, yeah. Oh, I kind of did those out of order. Okay, this is Modern Folk Embroidery, The Hound and the Hare. And that is where I was last year. And I know I'm over 90% right now. I think I have less than 1,000 stitches to go. And I actually think I only have 800 stitches to go. I was supposed to do 400 today and 400 tomorrow. But this is my December finish. So let me just, it's got one thread hanging there. So this is, I'm going to chart my own words in here. So I'm saving this for last. Let's see. I did that so I've done quite a bit since the last floss tube. This is what I've been working on. I did all of down here. This was a really fun pattern to work on down here. And I just got this picture here left to do, and then I'm going up to the words. So I'm getting really, really close. This is on Roxy Floss Co. I think it's an 18 count. it's a one of a kind, so it doesn't really have a name. And then I'm just using a DMC, can't remember the color. I think it's, yeah, I don't have a name of the color. I had lots of it, so there you go. That's nice. So that is going to be finished in a couple of days. Speaking of finishes, so that was 31 whips. Speaking of finishes, I did one FFO since I last seen you. So this is out of Teresa Kogut's Hello Halloween book. And as you can see, it says Black Cat Broom Company. And I just finished it. I put it in this frame. It fit perfectly in this frame. So I finished this one up in March of this year. And so that was really fun. So I like that. We have 2 black cats. We used to have 3 black cats. And we always, oh, shh. That was a little loud. Hope that was okay. Don't see any glass cracked or anything. So that is my 2nd anniversary Wip Parade. Like I said, plans coming up. I'm going to be doing a bunch of new starts in October. I have them all kitted up. I'm planning to work 2 days on every one I start. So that's my October plans. December, I might do some, or I might just do all the books. We'll see. I got lots of patterns also, but we'll see how this goes with the intensity of doing starts. And then next year, I'm planning to do a bunch of a start every 6 days. So next year, I'm turning 60. And so I'm trying to do 60 new starts next year and hopefully just about 60 finishes. I don't envision my whip count might go up a bit. I'm going to predict it'll be closer to 50 next year, but we'll see. I'm going to try and have finishes too. So it's actually next year kind of in my mind more 60 finishes next year. So they're going to be all smalls or mostly smalls. And then after I get them done, hopefully like I can get some done in 2 days when they got 6 days allotted, I'll work on some of these other goals and such. So that's my plans. Yeah. So it's been, last year I was hesitant about continuing FlossTube, and everybody was so encouraging, and I really, really appreciate it. And I love when everybody comments. Know that when you comment, it is just like a shot of adrenaline or a shot of enthusiasm or a shot of, what is the word, motivation to continue filming. So I love to read the comments. It's even if you just put a picture, that's fine too, or nice video. It doesn't matter. It's just nice to get some contact. You know that you're doing it for somebody, not just putting it out there in the great whatever ethos. Let's see. So going forward, I'm planning on a 3rd year anniversary. Like I said, I got big plans for next year, and I'm gonna just try and keep filming every 2 weeks or twice a month, like at the start of the month and the mid-month, and maybe the start or end of the month and mid-month, probably mid-month and end of the month. Gosh, I go over things a lot. Life-wise right now, things are great. We're just about to head off to Cape Breton, and we're going to be going camping for a week up there and doing lots of hikes. They have it's called Hike the Highland Festival. So we're going there and doing all these hikes. And so I'm trying to get things wrapped up before we leave. And then I just booked myself into going on a tour at Pig's Cove in later September. So probably have both of those things happen before I talk to you next, which will be at the end of the month. And other than that, just, taking it easy and enjoying, getting excited about October and my October starts. That's really kind of exciting for me. But I'll get these 2 finishes that I'm going to do, and then get to work on November's finish and December's finish, because I got to get those a little bit further so that I can get them finished pretty fast. But I think that's everything for me. That's not bad. I'm under an hour, but we'll see how much when I add some pictures in. It might get over an hour, but not bad for a Wip Parade. And, I should have said it at the very start. Welcome to anybody who's new. Like, I'm going to title this Wip Parade in the hopes to get, it's almost like fishing. You're trying to get some more subscribers. So we'll just see what happens with that if I got some new subscribers, because I love all my subscribers, and I actually kind of like that it's a small group. I feel like I know you guys pretty good. So anyways, I think that's all for me now. And I guess I'll say goodbye. It's so hard saying goodbye. Take care, everybody, and I will see you at the end of the month. Bye.